everyone, welcome back to Cuddy's Bookshelf, or welcome to Cuddy's Bookshelf if you are new here, welcome. And welcome to week 2 of spooky season vlogs. So I finished up last week with The Pumpkin Spice Calf by Laurie Gilmore. Really enjoyed it, such a cozy read, and I need to pick another one. So we're going to start off with doing that straight away because I need a book to read. So we will get my little mummy pot and we will give it a good shuffle. And we'll go with this one. And it's number 15, which is here. So it is a hardback. And it is The Switch. So this is one that I picked up randomly when I went to a supermarket. I think, which one was this one? I don't know if it was Tesco's or Asda. What I can remember of this is it's two couples that switch, that they live next door to each other. They switch wives or something along those lines. But one of the couples is quite sinister. So yeah, I can't remember. Whose life do you want? And this is by Lily Sampson. Yeah, it was just a random one that I saw and just thought, that sounds good. And then I thought I would read it in spooky season. So yeah, that's my book that I'm going to read during this vlog. Hopefully I'll get to some more as well. I don't have much on today. Like literally these vlogs to show you how much I am a homebody because I don't really go out much at all. I do need to edit today. I did get the one done last night for today that went up today. I've got another one filmed yesterday, and then I need to edit that for Saturday, and then this one will go out on Sunday. This one, I'm thinking of doing the vlogs on Sundays. I'm not sure what day the 31st falls on, but on that week I will save it all up until the 31st or the 30th going into the 31st and try and edit it and get it up for you on Halloween, because that would be the last spooky season vlog, so it'd be nice to have it go up on Halloween. I'll take you on our walk with Bean later, and then I really need to get some editing done, but obviously, you know, that's not good for filming. But yeah, I will get back to you once I start The Switch. Hopefully it won't take me too long to get through. I want to try and get through a few more books, because obviously last vlog it was longer because I had to set up the library, set up the car, wrap the books, tell you about the books. Then I went on a tangent about my translated fiction, which I'm pointing there, but I've actually moved my shelves around. Let me show you. So sorry about my creaky floors, by the way. So I have swapped some books around because it's not organised. Do not judge me on how messy everything is. Let me move that rubbish out of the way. Yesterday I went on a mission to try and make room on my shelves. I will just show you. So I did start putting books up here. Like these are some of my more like folio ones and stuff like that. And then I also went round and put some paperbacks up on these shelves. If you can see, they're the two like classic box sets that I got from work on the farthest shelf across. Near the curtain, I'll show you the curtain. So I did put those up there, and then these shelves, which is my longest shelves, I had loads of space, so I have yesterday put loads of books randomly across the top with no organisation at all. So like don't go on the organisation. I just wanted to get them off the shelves and up there. A lot of them are ones that I have already read. There is some towards the end that I haven't read yet, but I can easily get them down. But long story long, I did put these used to be over here, and my translated fiction used to be on the smaller shelves. So I've moved my translated fiction, moved those across. I have now, let me move my cart across. So I have now put like my hardbacks of Terry Pratchett on here. Some of my Afterlight books across here. So they have made room on the paperback shelves. And ta-da! We have all of my like translated fiction, my books that are set around like Japan, Korea, you get it, like just all of my translated and other books like that. Anyway, I have now got quite a lot of space to branch out, so I don't know if you can see, like down here I have a little bit of space. I really want to reread these and read the last one because I haven't read. So I've read This Woven Kingdom and I've read These Infinite Threads is the second one, isn't it? So I've read that one also, but I haven't read All This Twisted Glory yet. I mean, that is a beautiful book, but I really want to read them. I do have the special edition versions of them as well. So I'm thinking I want to actually reread them so I can annotate them. I'll annotate these ones and then I'll have my special edition ones just as nice editions. But yeah, I've made space on my shelves anyway. Do you know, I've thought of a couple of books that I might add onto this TBR. No, because I have been getting through them quite quick, which I knew I would, because thrillers I always fly through. Thrillers and romance. Like with the Pumpkin Spice Calf, I knew I was going to get through that really, really fast. But I have read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but I haven't read the following two in that trilogy. So I'm thinking I might try and add them on. Know if I get through these quite quick. I think that they will be my first port of call, so I can actually finish the trilogy. So I'm going to try and edit a video now, and then I will get started on my book. I will let you know once I've started reading it how it's going and what it's actually about, because my little brief thing is probably wrong, not gonna lie, but yeah, we'll see. So it's been a few days since I unwrapped the Switch. It's not been a few days since I updated you, but that footage failed miserably. For some reason, I don't know what it was, it didn't film right. And so I'm doing it again. I did update you whilst I was reading it, which was in that footage. And now I have finished it. So I will give you a whole review of it. So this is about Eleanor. Eleanor is married, and one day she accidentally happens to meet a woman called Sophia. And Sophia is also married, and they start getting closer. Sophia, they meet because Sophia's bag was stolen, and Eleanor was there, and Eleanor like offered her to use her phone to cancel any like credit cards or whatever she has. So from then they sort of befriended each other online, and then they started going on like double dates with the partners and stuff. And I thought that they lived, I think it was the cover that gave me that vibe, that they live next door to each other, but they don't. They live in like different neighbourhoods sort of thing. And Eleanor starts getting really close with Sophia, and Sophia brings up the idea, and she got it from a book, about swapping husbands without them knowing. So in the middle of the night, they would wait for the husbands to fall asleep, swap places with each other, sleep with each other's partners, and then swap back again, so they wouldn't have a clue. To the point where they go into really fine detail, like what necklaces that they always wear, or the perfume, the shampoo, everything, even the clothes, everything. They think of everything so they don't get caught. And then Eleanor agreed to do it. So they do it, and when I say this is a thriller but in a different way, that's one of the things you're like, will they get caught doing this? Obviously, what they're doing is disgusting because their partners have not agreed to this at all. So what they're doing is rape because it's sex unknowingly with somebody else. And so you straight away you're like, well, Eleanor's morally grey to begin with, and straight off the bat I felt like Sophia was a little bit dodgy anyway. Like, some of the things that she was saying didn't sit right, but they agreed to do it, and they do it a few times, and then secrets and things start not adding up. So Eleanor investigates a little bit more, and it goes from there. And yeah, it was a really good thriller. I don't want to say obviously too much, but yeah, a really weird concept for a thriller. I've never read anything like it regarding that situation, but it was okay. To say, obviously you have to think of it as it is a book, so the things that you're doing you might not agree with, but it's just a book. It's not like you're saying it about someone in real life. Do you get what I mean? So it was enjoyable to read about. But yeah, that was a little summary of that book. I'm gutted that I didn't get my actual thoughts whilst reading it, but what can you do? You know, sometimes technology just hates me, and you've just got to roll with the punches. The things that you missed: last night I went to Wagamama's. We had a random date night. It was really, really lovely, and I just love Wagamama. And then this morning I have been to the dentist. The dentist complimented me on my oral hygiene, and I feel like I got a gold star from school because I was like, yes. Because my dentist is quite, he will tell you if you're doing something wrong, and he's quite stern about it as well. Because I get it, because, you know, why bother going to the dentist if you're not going to put the effort in? Why should they put the effort in? But yeah, I felt like I had really high praise today, so I'm really happy about that. I say while drinking coffee, great for your teeth. Do you know, I never used to drink coffee, like, at all. I didn't like the taste of it, but just recently I've been starting to drink lattes, and now I can't get enough of them. I get the, oh, I've actually got one in my bag because this is my work bag next to me. It's the Nescafe ones, the Nescafe lattes, and you can get them in all different flavours. I'm not so keen on the toffee nut. I've got a few of those in the cupboard downstairs, but I also got the Costa salted caramel ones, and they was quite nice. I took those ones to work with me as well, and one of my friends from work, she really liked those ones too. But anyway, whilst ranting on, because we do not want another hour-long video, I do apologise for how long the first vlog was. I will try and make this one shorter and read more books. So I don't want to gab on too much, but I still want to have some footage in there of me reading the books and updating you throughout the books, rather than just unwrapping it and be like, I finished it, unwrapping it and I finished it. I do like to, you know, for you to see the progress, even though you probably will get a few of those because I'm back at work tomorrow night. And if I manage to pick a book now and sit reading it, because this is my last day off before I'm back at work, so I want to try and get a book read today, she says. But if I don't manage to get it read, I will finish it tomorrow morning before work. So I'll probably come back either, if I finish it today, either tonight, later in the night, because obviously I'll try and stay awake because I work nights. So I'll probably come back tonight after I've finished it and pick unwrap two. So then I'm covered for my 2 days at work. Maybe unwrap 3. We'll see. We'll see how fast I get through and the size of the book that I pick. Because obviously if it's only a shorter one, I'm going to need more than 2. But I will keep you updated on how I feel. I'll try and update you in between shifts as well, so expect me to look like shit, because yeah, that happens. So we'll put this on the cart. So another book bites the dust. Right, and we will pick another one. We'll go, oh, there's 2 in 1. We'll go with this one, and it is 18 with the little monster in the corner. Yelled margarines. 18. So it's another big hardback. Ooh. It is Anna O. So I don't know too much about this, other than something like Anna hasn't opened her eyes for so many years. 4 years, is it? And this is figuring out why, and that Anna O, I'll just read the caption thing. So it says, Anna O hasn't opened her eyes for 4 years. And that's all it says. It says, this is a novel about the dark thoughts that sleep inside us. Everyone will know the name Anna O, but will they ever know the truth? That's it. So we'll find out more when I read it. But it is quite of a chunkier book, so hopefully I do get through this today. But like I say, I got up really early to attend the dentist, and then I'm gonna try and stay up during the night so it helps me sleep tomorrow for my night shift. But yeah, Anna O, that's what I'm gonna be reading. I'm so sorry about the lost footage. It drove me mad, but I'll put a little thing here. This is what I had at Wagamama's. I did film a little bit at Wagga's. I think the last thing you would have saw was us taking Bean for a walk. That was a couple of days ago. But yeah, we've just bathed Bean just before I started filming this. She's been on a muddy walk, so we've just bathed her, and now she's got the zoomies and running around the house. But she's going to be lovely and soft later. I love it after she's had a bath. But yeah, ranting on. I don't think I have much else to tell you. No, nothing else. I'll update you when I've read some. So I am so far on chapter 51, page 249 of Anna O, and this is seriously giving me the silent patient. Really, really giving me the silent patient so far. So obviously this follows Anna, who was found in a cabin, and in the cabin next to her 2 friends were staying, and her 2 friends are dead. They have been stabbed 10 times each, and the knife is with Anna, and she is asleep. She was found asleep, and she remains asleep, and it's been 4 years since. And then there's Ben, who he's a sleep specialist, and he's been working with her to try and get her to wake up, and trying different sensory things and that lot with her to get her to wake up. And does that not, if you've read The Silent Patient, does that not give you the same vibes? I feel like it does. It does. I'm hoping it gets a little bit different at the end. Because obviously I don't want to say too much about what's going on. But I'm hoping maybe it's not the same twist. Because if it is, it really is like a copy and paste. But in The Silent Patient, obviously she's been silent since she was found with her husband that was been shot, and she was found with her husband, and the psychiatrist tries to help her speak again. Is it not the same thing? It's written really, really well. I'm really enjoying it, but it's just that's what it's giving me. That's what it's giving me, and yeah, I feel like that's what it's going to be. Hopefully I'm shocked and it's not going to turn out to be that. I know I'm being vague, but if you've read The Silent Patient, you know what I mean, and I've probably spoiled this if I tell you that it is or isn't. But yeah, I don't know what to think. I am really enjoying it. I mean, it's very page-turny, very quick because the chapters are short. If you haven't read The Silent Patient, read this. This is really, really good. You will enjoy it. But yeah, that's all I've got to say, because I don't want to say too many spoilers. But I'm going to have to let you know either way, because if it does turn out the same, there's no point, if you've read The Silent Patient, there's no point you reading it. But hopefully there's a twist and you can read it. But anyway, that's the vibes it's given me. But what I'm going to do is, because I'm getting through this quite quick, I am going to finish it. I'll get back to you and we can unwrap another book. I didn't realise that I would get through this so quick, but I have. I've also been doing, before I started reading this, I started doing a jigsaw puzzle. Know the one we got in Illumicrate, was it? The Dark Academia one in Illumicrate. I'm sure it was Illumicrate. But yeah, I've been doing that as well. So yeah, I'll get back to you. So it's a lot later now because I finished Anna O and really, really enjoyed it. There was a twist and then a twist again. It was really twisty at the end. I can't tell you the ending. I can't tell you the ending because no spoilers at all, but it is a good twist at the end. I did thoroughly enjoy this. It was, like I say, I flew through it really, really fast and I did enjoy it. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Is I can't tell you if it, like, I can't tell you. I just can't tell you anything. So I'm sorry, but it is worth a read. Even if you've read The Silent Patient, it is worth the read still. So there's that. But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved the twist at the end. Now we need to unwrap another one. I don't know if to unwrap two. No, I'll unwrap one. I'll just do one and then I will unwrap another one tomorrow, because I might not get through any more of a new book tonight. I say that, but you know, I've got to stay awake, so I might have to unwrap another one anyway, depending on the size. So anyway, we'll just unwrap, stop, give it a good, and we'll go with this one, and it is number 11, which is here. Ah, is this our first paperback? And it is. The Stranger in a House. So yeah, one of the ones that I'm really nervous about because of the title. This, I said in week one vlog, if you didn't see that, anything with like home invasion, like someone being in the house that's not supposed to be in there, really freaks me out. It's one of my really anxious creep round the house because I feel like someone's there. I would get this one when I've got to try and stay up tonight, wouldn't I? I'll be going downstairs to make myself a warm drink and then be trying not to burn myself while I'm running to bed. I am excited for it though. I'm excited to be scared because it's what it's all about. The creepiness. It's Halloween, the scary vibes, but I'm shitting my pants. A stranger has infiltrated your family and now he's taking over. That's the tagline of that one, and that's all I will read. Yeah. So this is the next read, but look how nice that is going to be to hold. Like, oh yeah, loving the flop. Very nice, very nice. I do still need to get some bookmarks that's more horror thriller type bookmarks, because like this is one that my mum got me recently. I really like it. They come in a set of two. One side's laminated and then one side's like matte, sort of, with just the shine from it being more matte. But yeah, my mum got me these. They're absolutely stunning, but they don't give off spooky vibes. So I still need to really get some bookmarks for this time of year. Don't think I'm doing bad. Book 6. But yeah, I will let you know once I have read some. It might be tomorrow or me whispering later on tonight when my husband's asleep in bed. You never know. I just get through like horrors and thrillers really fast because I'm either really wanting the bad guy to like be killed or something, so then I know that I'm safe, or like I want to know how something's happened, if someone escapes, or do you know what I mean? I just need to know. I'm too nosy to just like, oh, I'll just put it down for a bit. I'm terrible with stuff like that. Like my brother, he started reading because it relaxes him and makes him sleepy. So he started reading to help sleep. Whereas I'm the opposite. Once I start reading, I'm too nosy and I can't sleep because it feels like I've watched half a film. If I put the book down and I'm enjoying it, I can't sleep because I'm like, what's going to happen? And then I'm, you know, too nosy for my own good. But I'm really nervous. But at least it's not No One Rides for Free. I'm dreading that book still. Oh my goodness. I might, because after I finished Anna O, I did carry on with my jigsaw puzzle and started watching Criminal Minds. I've only just started watching Criminal Minds, like I'm in the first season still, because I was watching Law and Order Special Victims Unit, but they've only got like season 6 to something on Netflix, and I've gone through all of those. I really like that, but I can't find any of the like the newer series anywhere. So if you know where they are, let me know. I know I can buy them on Prime, but I'm trying to think of somewhere where I don't have to buy them. So I've gone to Criminal Minds. I'm enjoying it. My mum loves it. I've watched a few episodes of it because when I go to my mum's, me and my mum normally watching some sort of crime investigation, something or other together. I get it from my mum. I grew up watching programs like A Touch of Frost or Cracker with Robert Coltrane. Love that. My mum had the biggest crush on Robert Coltrane, I tell you. I just love shows like that. Oh, Diagnosis Murder. That's another one. I used to enjoy Diagnosis Murder with Dick Van Dyke. So all those sort of shows I absolutely love. Any crime type shows. And then obviously I like watching true crime documentaries and then just documentaries in general, to be fair. I love a good documentary, especially animal ones. Anyway, tangent again. This is how last video got to an hour. Anyway, I'll let you know once I've read some of this, like what it's about and stuff. And yeah, I'm really excited to be scared. Is that weird? That's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm nervous but excited. It's excited nervous. Nervous excitement? Nervous excitement, that one. So the night that I picked out The Stranger in the House, I didn't read any of it until the next day, and then whilst I was at work last night. And I finished it, and I love this book. It was not what I thought it was. So when I saw a review for this, I literally just saw someone saying this is a really good thriller, so I put it in my wish list. I didn't carry on watching the review because I didn't want to know too much about it at all, so I just went off the title with The Stranger in the House. So I thought like someone breaks in or someone's living in the attic that's not supposed to be there, you know, just something along those lines. But it's not like that at all. It's so good. When I was reading it at work, I was saying to my colleagues, you never guess what's happened now. You never guess what's happened now. And all of the twists and everything that's in this book, I was not prepared. I was not prepared. So this follows Connie. It does have POVs for other people in the book, like neighbours and Reverend and a detective. It has like different POVs in there, but mainly it's Connie. And Connie is looking after her mother, who has vascular Alzheimer's dementia. So she's getting to the point where she's getting more and more confused, not knowing who Connie is at times, and getting a bit more agitated with it. So violent outbursts, etc. It's a terrible thing to have. I can't imagine what people go through when they have loved ones that's going through it. I work with people that has it, so I know how awful it can be. Connie is like helping her mum with personal care and cleaning the house, feeding her, etc. So the outside of her mum's house is sort of overgrown. Like people are moaning that they have to walk on the road when they get to hers, that like past their house, they can't walk on the path, etc. And then Connie goes to her mum's house one day and there's a man outside and he is cleaning out the gutters, and Connie has no idea who he is. So she gets his attention and asks him who he is, and he says that he's Paul, he's sent by the Reverend. He works for a charity that helps vulnerable adults that are no longer capable of like keeping up certain things like the garden and etc. They help them out. So she was like, fair enough. And Paul starts coming round daily, and he sees Connie in situations with her mother where her mum is getting really confused and hitting out and stuff. So he starts to sit with Gwen, which is Connie's mum, and he starts playing cards with her and talking to her and that. And then randomly he just asks Connie out on a date. So during this date, Connie feels like the conversation is flowing. She is talking about herself and her mother and everything, that how she was brought up and where she's been living and all of that sort of stuff, and thinks that it goes really well. And then the next day she goes to her mum's to take her mum to a doctor's appointment, and Paul is so cold. It's like the date went awful to him. He's barely looking at her. He won't have direct eye contact. When he talks, it's very stern. And her mother starts saying she doesn't want Connie to take her to the doctor's appointment, she wants Paul. And Paul was like, yeah, I'll take her. And then Connie's like, this is weird, why is he trying to take my mum to a doctor's appointment? And she's like, no, I've got a list of things that I need to ask the doctor. And he's like, yeah, I saw the list on the bureau, so I know what to ask the doctor. And then Connie was like, well, we'll all go in your van. And he was like, no, there's only two seats available. She was like, well, it's a three-seater at the front of your van. And he's like, no, one of the seat belts are broken, etc, etc. So she's like, why is he doing this? Why is he wanting to take my mum to her doctor's appointment? And she thinks to herself, well, that list wasn't left out. It was inside the bureau where so he's been snooping, basically. So she's hasn't really got a leg to stand on because her mum is downright refusing to go to the doctors with her. And as she's walking out, she notices her mum's purse is open and the place where her credit cards and bank cards and everything are kept is empty. So she asks, where's your bank cards? And her mum's like, I don't know. And then he was like, I've put them in the bureau because you shouldn't just leave them around because anyone could take them. What? So anyway, Connie just leaves. And it carries on like that, and him and her mum start getting like really close, and it's like they're flirting in a way, and Connie feels really uncomfortable with it. She goes to see the Reverend and asks him what's this charity that he's come from and what checks do they do, like is Paul a good person. And the Reverend says that he can look into what checks are done, and then Connie was like, no, it's okay, thinking that she might be over dramatic because of how much the Reverend is praising Paul and that she might be overthinking things. And this all happens before chapter 9. This was I was trying to keep notes because my reactions, I was like, oh, I think he's going to like worm his way in and try and cut Connie out the wheel or something along those lines, like a proper con artist. I had such like different theories about what was going to go on. Like, is he going to make Connie look unstable in her mental state? Like, is he going to worm his way in with like the neighbours and the village for him to look like a good person, so when she does start saying, like, accusing him of things, that she will be unstable and stuff. And my expectations, like my things that I thought was going to happen, was blown out of the water. There is twist after twist in this book. Oh my goodness. I highly recommend it. It will be a 5-star read because, one, it was so nice to hold as well. And it was just addictive. It was literally like I could not stop reading because I needed to know what is happening in this situation. Obviously, like, I don't want to say anything because spoilers I don't want to do. So that's how the book starts anyway. So you need to read it. Just read this book. It's so good. Honestly, I highly recommend. This is a 5-star read for me. I actually wrote a note down. I can't read it all because some of it's just me with spoilers, but I put, WTF did I just read? I wasn't expecting that. Oh my goodness. And then I can't read the rest out because it's spoilers, but it's for my own little reviews that I like to write in my journal. But yeah, so good. But because I did finish that one, I do need another one. I don't know, depending on the size of the book, I don't know if to pick 2, or because I'm getting the bus back tomorrow from work. So if I do manage to somehow read a whole book, I need something for travelling as well. So let's get picking. We'll go with this one. Oh, I dropped it in, but it fell on the top, so we'll go with this one. Number 3. Oh, I might be able to get away with just one. So it is The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. I am looking forward to this, but I am a little bit nervous because I've heard mixed reviews on it. So we'll see how that goes. But I am going to pick another one. I am going to pick another book as well. So we'll do a double pick, our first double pick. And we'll go with this one. Just put this back on here. And it is number 7, which is this one. I'm really excited about this one. It is Butter. So this is a translated fiction. As I say, I think a woman is accused of murder based around food. I don't want to say too much because normally my guesses are wrong, but I'm really looking forward to this one. So yeah, that is the next 2 books that I'm going to read. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. See, I picked another one because although this is a hardback, it doesn't look like it's going to take me too long to read it, she says. Because the writing's not like overly small or anything. And I'm just worried that I'm going to start reading this and not enjoy it. And it will make me feel a bit slumpy. So I did want another one to jump into just in case. I'm just really nervous about the reviews that I've heard that this isn't very good. So we'll see. I will let you know either way. But you will see me again tomorrow, because tomorrow after I finished, so I've just woke up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, reviewed that book, and then I am about to go to work again. So I need to stop talking. You'll get a shorter clip. So yeah, I will get back to you tomorrow morning once I've finished my shift. I'll be able to stay up a little bit tomorrow morning because I am not at work the following night. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. So I'm not gonna lie, it has been a few days since I last updated you, because obviously I was at work that night, and then yesterday morning is when I finished that shift, and I have struggled reading this book. It has took me, I've literally just finished it, so it's took me a good 3 days to actually finish the book, which I know is quite quick anyway, but with thrillers, I normally get through them like within a day, or slightly leading the morning of the next day. And I don't know what it was. I was enjoying it when I was reading it. Oh, Bean came to say hello, by the way. So, hello. Yeah, you lay down. I was enjoying it while I was reading it, but no, when it's not. You could go either way with picking it back up, is what I was trying to say. Like, it's not like any of the other books where I've wanted to know, I wanted to carry on, like, and desperate to read it. It's more of a, I'm enjoying it while I'm reading it, but I could put it down and I could leave it for a day. if that makes sense. It was one of those books. So this is set in like a post-apocalyptic world. This island is the last island in the world. It's surrounded by this fog, and this fog has killed anyone that touches it. So they're limited to this island, and there is 122 villagers. And the first part of this I found more intriguing. You get to know about the villagers and their day-to-day life of like catching fish and all the things you need to do to survive, and like the classes that they get taught and all of that. And I found that really intriguing, and the fact that when they turn 60 they die in their sleep, and that's the way that it is. And then a new child will come into the village once someone has passed away. So it was a really like intriguing storyline to begin with. And then the 120, so there's let me get this right. So with the 122 villagers, there's also 3 scientists, and the villagers do whatever the scientists say with no question at all. They just do as they're told. With the scientists, they look up to them, until one day one of the scientists gets killed, and then shit hits the fan, basically. But I didn't enjoy the like whodunit murder mystery part of this book as much as I enjoyed the first half. I was quite disappointed with the book, to be honest. And I've just read the acknowledgements, and Stuart Turton says that his next book is going to be more of a contemporary thriller, so I am looking forward to that. But yeah, I was quite disappointed with this one. And it made me a little bit slumpy because I just wasn't bothered about picking it up constantly, so I was doing other stuff. I've watched so much Criminal Minds, I cannot tell you. But yeah, so there's that. So with me only just finishing that, I have not started Butter yet, and I am really excited to start that. So I'm going to start that today. I'm back at work tomorrow, so this is how the vlogs are going to go. Because obviously last year I had a bit of time off to do all the vlogs so I could go out and do things. Whereas this time, because of surgery and stuff, getting ready for surgery. Whereas this time I'm struggling time-wise. But anywho, I did just get a parcel through the post from Waterstones, so I thought we could open that together. My goodness. And it is The Christmas Tree Farm. So this is Laurie Gilmore. So funny enough, in week 1, if you've watched the first vlog, you will know I read the first one, which is the Pumpkin Spice Scarf. And then it's the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore is the next one. And then there's the Christmas Tree Farm. So what I'm going to do is either read the Cinnamon Bun Store next month, add that to the next month's TBR. Or I might save them both, wrap the Cinnamon Bun one up for my Christmas TBR, but then also have this one. Or do I just read that one? We'll see, we'll see. I'll probably read the Cinnamon Bun one in November and then wrap this up on my December TBR cart for when I'm doing the Bookmas vlogs. But yeah, we have the new one. I don't want to read, I don't know, because it's only a couple of months before I know I'm going to read it. I don't want to read the backs, but it will be a cosy contemporary romance anyway, set around the Christmas Tree Farm. I'm really excited about it. I love these cosy reads that I've been reading. Right, so I think that was it. I just wanted to update you on the book that I finished. Like I say, I have only just finished it. I don't know if I told you, but I did finish my Dark Academia jigsaw puzzle as well. And I will put a picture of it up here. I have took a picture of it, so I will show you. This is what it looks like. It is finished. Now I need a new jigsaw puzzle really bad. You never know, I might be able to get one on payday. Fingers crossed. But I love a good jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, I think that was everything that I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. So I know I showed you like me putting things up and slightly showing you the box sets that I got from work. What I'm actually going to do is show you them closer. I'm not going to get them down because that's effort. These are the modern classic ones. They're only tiny thin books, but I've heard such good things about them to the point where I started, as you can see, the one in the middle, and I did have one that was in the collection, but I've gave that to my husband. Now I've got another copy and he's taking that one to put in his little library at work. But yeah, that's what they look like. There's some in there that I'm so excited about and I just can't wait to read them. So they will be like my it's a bit, I've been editing this morning, that's why my laptop's at, but they will be my little book with a cup of tea in the summertime, sat in the garden books. And not gonna lie, I'll probably read some in winter and all because it's me. That's the update. I've finished The Last Murder at the End of the World and wasn't overwhelmed, but yeah, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. So I'm gonna start Butter. I'm so excited. So I will get back to you once I've read some of that and let you know what it's about and how I'm feeling about it. So don't mind my appearance. I have just come out of the bath and washed my face, and I'm just chilling out in my Rugrats pyjamas. But I really wanted to let you know that I have finished Butter. So this took me a while to get through, and it's not anything on this book. I do think The Last Murder at the End of the World put me in a bit of a reading slump. So because this one is quite a slow paced one as well, it's made me read it at a slower pace, if that makes sense, because I was already a bit slumpy. But anyway, I did really enjoy this book. With the slower pace, it's because it's so rich with culture, and I really, really enjoyed that about it. It explores stuff like the misogyny, the romances, the obsession of the culture in Japan, and especially the culture of food, to the point where there's cases where the women, like mothers, are getting blamed for their child if their child hangs around with the wrong people, or if a child turns into a murderer. It's the parents, especially the mother, that gets the blame. They haven't gave them enough homemade food. It's really crazy, the significance of food in Japan. And I ate this up, quite literally. This is so rich with the talk of food, like the taste, the texture, cooking it, and finding out more about the food. It does make you hungry, so grab a snack if you do plan to read this. So this really follows Rika, who is a female journalist. She is the only woman in the news office that she works at. She, like the rest of the nation, is obsessed with the Monica Cuddy case, and Cuddy is currently in a detention centre in Tokyo, and she has been convicted of 3 murders, the serial murders of 3 men, 3 businessmen, and she has said to have seduced them with her food, taken money from them, and they have all died in suspicious circumstances. Rika has been trying to contact Cuddy and trying to get an interview with her, and nothing has worked until Rika's friend suggests her asking for one of her recipes, and this does work, and she does get a reply from Cuddy, and then it goes into them meeting, and Rika has to admit that she's not really a cooker. Like, she is store-bought food, easy food. She don't really cook for herself. She doesn't even have an oven. And she tells Cuddy this, and she happens to mention that she uses margarine rather than butter. And Cuddy gets really defensive regarding this. She's like, how can I talk to anyone that would choose margarine? So she gives her something simple to make and try, and she has to come back and tell her what she thinks of it. And it starts from there, and Rika slowly starts investigating like the backstory to Cuddy and how she is the way that she is. And in doing so, you meet a whole bunch of characters in this book, which is where you get all of the culture come in, and it's a really interesting read. I do highly recommend it, and yeah, like I say, get some snacks on hand. The ending, really, I had mixed feelings on the ending, but I did enjoy it at the same time. If you haven't read it, it's hard to describe, and I don't want to do any spoilers, but I did enjoy the book and I do recommend. These are all the books that I've managed to read this week. I am really happy with the amount of books that I've managed to read. The Stranger in Her House is my favourite book of the week. This got 5 stars from me. Highly recommend. But yeah, this is my least favourite. It's made me really slumpy and I'm really mad at it. But hopefully the next book that I read will be a fast-paced one, and I will unwrap that tomorrow and start reading it, and you will find out next week. So I should really wrap this up so I can get this edited and put up for you tomorrow. I hope that you've enjoyed this vlog. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me, please subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! One of them in here I picked up from Asda, and one that I picked up from Tesco, so this is one of them anyway. Not, you know, why am I going on about it? I don't know. I'm just ranting again, honestly. It's like, pick a book and just read the goddamn thing. Some of my Afterlight boxes, no, not the boxes. So I've put some of my favourite books on, where am I pointing? So I put some of my favourite books on here now, and now, there we go. Oh my goodness. Let me move this. I can actually see what I'm doing. Can you let me... Yeah. I want to, let me actually show you the titles. So with the pumpkin spice calf, I knew I was going to get through that really fast. So, 1 second. Frog in my throat. Probably put my jams on or something. Saying that, it's a bit early. Might have another brew actually. Might try save off doing that till a little bit later. Yeah, scrap that. I'm not going to do that. My mum had the biggest crush. And then let me carry on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually... That looks creepy, doesn't it? Let me turn that ring light off. What... With this one now... Let me move you away because you'll have backlit. So with this one now... Let me talk to you, the camera. Duh. They all have died in suspicious... Now I need to wrap this up so I can go and edit this so it can get up for you to tomorrow. Tomorrow. I think the stranger in the house. These are all upside down. Let me turn it this way. These are all the books. Please don't fall. I will unwrap that tomorrow and start reading it, and you will find out next week what it is. The anticipation will be killing you.